In our last episode, we heard about Fukushima, the appalling risks of reactor 4 in Fukushima catching fire and literally poisoning the northern hemisphere with massive amounts of cesium and other radioactive waste. But even in England, Britain, there are problems over nuclear accidents. You may not have heard it in the news, but there have been 2 nuclear accidents in the UK in just a few days. Fran Anderson's been looking into this. Fran?
Well, yes, basically on Saturday the 20th of April, around about 6:30 p.m, smoke was seen billowing out of Hartlepool nuclear power station, which is owned by EDF Energy. The fire was put out and no one was injured. We don't have more to report on this incident at the moment.
And what about the second incident?
Well, the second incident, groundwater at a nuclear power station in Kent, Dungeness B, had tritium found during routine sampling. And the Environment Agency said that it was above agreed levels. You normally find tritium in ambient background normally, but it is a product of radioactive material. So the EDF, who are also involved in Dungeness B, are investigating the source of the tritium, and they don't seem to know where it is at the moment. But a curious anomaly of this story is that it was also found to have elevated levels of tritium back in September and December, which was a different incident, but that was not reported at the time, and it's only just been reported now.
So we've got one company, EDF Energy. I think they own British Gas as well. They describe themselves as British when they phone you up to try and get you to renew your British Gas. I had them on the phone. They also describe themselves as environmentally sound. One accident with smoke billowing out of their Hartlepool reactor, and another 2 accidents. The earlier one of the tritium release in Kent, and then another tritium release just recently, and they don't really know how it's leaking out. They don't even know why they've released it or how they've come to release it. What are the commentators saying about this?
Well, basically the nuclear industry, which is privatised, is an important part of a very profitable nuclear weapons production as well as energy production. So one wonders if public safety and environmental safety has become less of a priority for private companies rather than profits for the shareholders. Should such a risky industry be allowed to be kept in private hands?
Well, I remember years ago they were denying that the reason they use nuclear energy in the way that they do was to help manufacture atom bombs and to make the atom bombs look cheaper, because they were a side effect of the nuclear industry. And now that they've admitted that, I think, haven't they? And that was led by CND and Friends of the Earth, I think, wasn't it?
That's right, yes. I mean, CND and Friends of the Earth both question the need for having nuclear weapons and nuclear energy anyway, due to the potential risks to public and the environment, and the immense expense that these plants cost anyway in terms of, pounds. Friends of the Earth are proposing that the UK should invest instead in sustainable energy such as wind, solar and wave, and surely these are the more logical options for us to invest in.
Well, it certainly would appear that way if you're not interested in trying to cut the defence budget and shift the defence budget onto people's domestic heating bills, which is in a sense what they are doing at the moment. Thanks very much, Fran. Well, with that, we finish this episode of RADTV UK. Thanks for watching, and catch us next time.